The Canadian election this year is full of controversy. I've stepped back. I don't have enough time. I thought I had until fall. I'll be 4 years now. We'll just wait until the next election. I'll get into it. But the polls and the way people are voting are vastly different from one another. And I've looked into it a little bit, and I see that there is fraud in multiple places. I don't want to accuse anybody of anything just yet. I'll show you, and you can make your own decision. So here's one from the CTV, an article about the long lines at the voting stations and whatnot. If we control F this and we type in conservative, it's 3 matches in the entire article. Type in Polyev, he's mentioned twice. Carney, 7. Liberal, 9 times. They interviewed people in a line, and I don't believe any of this happened, but let's just say it did. People were waiting more than 45 minutes. In some ridings, it's been 2 hours to vote early. So here's a woman. She's going back to Nova Scotia, so she voted early. It's going to be Liberal. Another one Liberal. Another one was Liberal. Another one Liberal. Long time, they're going to be Liberal, 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 Liberal. Okay. CTV is to be an independent news source. They're not a part or division of the CBC. The CBC basically has control over the media in Canada, but let's not get too into that. So there's CTV. And as proof of that, they launched in 1961. They were acquired by Bell in 2000, and CTV is Canada's largest privately owned network television. Awesome. Okay. Subsidiary of Bell. Well, Bell is a private company as well. They're a publicly traded company, Bell Media and Bell Canada Enterprises, but they get paid by various mass media assets under its subsidiary. The CBC pays Bell to broadcast on Bell's system. So if the CBC goes, Bell stands to lose. Don't need to look too much more into that one. Let's leave that there for now and look at some polling data. We'll start with some abacus data. Liberal lead down to 2. Okay, so we scroll down. Liberals, Conservative, 48, 38, and then the various others. Vote intention, 40, 39, Conservative and Liberal, but they're certain to vote. Okay. Vote intention by province, a mix. Alberta obviously is going to be Conservative because they're not very happy with the Liberals. But if you come down to here and you look at these questions, it's definitely time for a change in government, 56%. It would be good to have a change, but not really that important. So we're looking at 72% between the two. It's definitely best to keep the Liberals in office, 21%. It would be good to continue with the same party in power, but it's not all that important, 7. So people want change, and you're saying they're going to vote Liberal. Okay. All right, fine, that's fine. Let's look at another one. CBC. Liberals with a clear lead. Go Carney. Yeah. CTV, here's their poll. Liberals, 45-37. Right on. Go Liberals. Strong turnout, first day. Now, this is a privately owned public deal here, just a little local paper. And it just reports the article. People are waiting in line. They're waiting in long lines. It's not a huge population in Victoria, but it's big enough. When stuff like this happens, it's noticeable. That's the article, and it's balanced. It's fair. It's perfect. It's just what we want. It's what we wanted the CBC to do. Just report the news. Keep your opinions out of it. Don't side with the money because you are funded. If you look at any state-owned media around the world, you'll understand why people want the CBC to be defunded by taxpayer money. They can now fund themselves. Now, in all of these polls, they're conducted mid-afternoon with about 1,000 people. Who's sitting at home at 2 in the afternoon? I'll leave that to your imagination. And Yahoo, we'll turn off the ad blocker here, and we're going to do a little poll here. So those other polls have 1,000 respondents or less. Yahoo came out with a poll. Who won the English language debate? Now me, I watched both, so I'm going to go through this. I already have, but I'm going to do it again while you watch. So 45,000 votes. Who won the English language debate? Pierre Poilievre. Well, 62%. Well, what happened to that Liberal lead? 40,000 votes. Who won the French language leaders debate in Montreal? Now, honestly, that was Blanchette. French is a lot stronger than others. He is very focused on Quebec. I wish he would be more of a Canada-wide intended leader. He even said he doesn't want to be the Prime Minister of Canada, but he won the French debate by a long shot. Others disagree and they say Pierre Poilievre against 65%. Now, this is 41,000 votes here. What issues matter the most to you out of the following? And again, I've already went through this. The affordability and cost of living, which has been caused by a lot of the crap that has went on with that. 60%. I'm not out of the mix here. 34,902 votes. How much does Trump's leadership impact how you vote in Canada? Don't care. Bam. Well, what's going on? Because Carney has been leaning on Trump as a big threat, and people just don't give a damn. Okay, because if the U.S. doesn't want to buy our stuff, let's be honest here, we'll just sell it to someone else. We need to open some stuff up, and that's where the conservatives come in. The liberals want to leave our natural resources in the ground. We'd like to sell them. Did you change your vote after the U.S. started a trade war against Canada? No, because people were voting Poilievre a couple of years ago. Who do you want to see lead Canada as the next Prime Minister? Now, honestly, I'm out of this race. Otherwise, I'd just say me, and that'd be other, but I'm not even in the race. Of the viable candidates that are currently up there on the stage, it's Pierre Poilievre. And 61% of the 64,000 votes agree with me. Do you feel well engaged by the parties and media this federal election? And the answer is honestly no. I wish I was informed by the media a lot better, rather than having to look it up myself. You can't get anything out of the CBC because it's not impartial data. It's just, this is our opinion. ChatGPT writes the article and they print that, which is why it's a grammatical nightmare to try to read. Full of spelling mistakes, and it's disgusting to see it. Which political party's values do you identify with the most? I don't know why this is even here. I haven't heard of them before. I'm going to say conservative. Let's sell some stuff. Let's get back to work. Goodbye to the liberals, and the people agree. 67% of 42,000 votes think the conservatives have got it. So if you're looking for some real polling data, Yahoo figured it out. Yahoo isn't based in Canada. Yahoo doesn't really care that much financially. But there it is, folks. Honest voting, honest opinions. This is what Canadians think. They're not just sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring to fill out a poll. They're going to answer some questions, waste a bunch of time. There you go. And if you're into this sort of thing, you can vote for the marijuana party. Have a good one, everybody.